take a look at the things that they're rolling back. Remember I said ages ago, you know, they, in their minds, they want to bring slavery back.
It's just tired, man. Golly, like we gotta keep doing this where we are, you know, they're gonna put you back in chains. Like, come on, man. Like, how long does this last about slavery and chains? I'm just so sick of this discussion about being afraid that you're gonna go back to slavery. If I'm not mistaken, I heard somebody else make the comment again. Oh, if Trump become president, they's going to deport him. I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, I am that person. I am, because it's silly. It's silly. It's ridiculous. I am tired of being afraid about the boogeyman around the corner being put back in chains. I'm not going to be put back in chains. Everything's going to be okay. What is going on? And this is how they do it. The Republicans, that's what they're, and nobody stops these women from the way they talk so terrible.
They're okay with it because, you see, things change. You know, one of the good things about the Supreme Court is you can fight to make sure you make stuff better. You don't generally fight to make stuff worse.
Or to
roll back. And to me, if you're okay rolling that back, when things were not even a state, when we had no say.
When we had no, let me clue you in. And this is another reason why I'm like, you know, I might just have to come behind the camera, because I need y'all to see the acclimates. Like, I need you to understand that there is a thing that happens here, guys. And by the way, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because like here we talk about things in reality. I'm not here for games. I'm not here to propagandize anybody to think how I think. You know, dissenting voices are certainly welcome. I love to argue. I love to, you know, have a good dialogue, but I'm going to keep it real. So what Whoopi just did, so she's doing, you know, back when what did she say? When we didn't have a say, and then, you know, she pauses so that can marinate. Oh my God, Black people didn't have a say. I have to believe everything that Whoopi's saying right now, because Black people didn't have a say. Shoot, am I a bad white person? Because Black people didn't have a say. It's just like, are you kidding me right now? What are you talking about? Is it abortion you're talking about, or are you talking about slavery?
So how's that going to roll? How's that going to roll? What's the next thing? Because, you know, on this.
And then Sonny's like, yeah. Tell them they're going to, yeah. My people own slaves, but still scare them with the slavery. Then they won't vote for Republicans. We're still doing this. Republicans equal slaves? I'm sorry. Republicans equals not getting stuff done. Yes, I will say that. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like, it's not a monolith over here. It's really not. While I do vote Republican, I'm just saying the last 4 years, you know, this whole we're going to impeach Biden, all I can't, I'm so tired of performance, though I do think that there's a new generation of people coming up who are waking up to the fact that this joke, this performance, this stage called a government that we have, it's not working. We need some better people in there. We need more fresh people in there to actually make things happen.
With all of this comes birth control.
Right.
With all of this comes everything that you need as a woman to have had put in place to make sure that we were doing better than we were before.
Or you could just abstain from having. I mean, look, and I'm not here to tell people. I am not here to tell people what to do with their bodies. Right? I'm not. But it's like, it does not need to be this big production. Like, everything to be put in place to make sure that we was doing better than we were back then. But we was kangs, so then we were still do. Stop it. Stop. It doesn't have to be this big production. It's not. I don't want to say it's not that deep, but it kind of isn't that deep. Relax. It's gonna be okay. But this right here, this whole, it's always a performance. I'm tired of it.
Because I haven't spoken on this, and I'd like
just let me make a correction.
Go ahead.
It was George W. Bush who appointed Alito, not Trump.
It
wasn't.
Well,
Trump just got the others in, was helping Alito.
Listen, Trump, until a few
Trump. Okay.
days ago, was taking credit for having overturned Roe v. Wade, because he appointed the 3 judges that have made this difference. And so now he's trying to distance himself from this. He owns this. This is all about Donald Trump. This is the consequence of Donald Trump's presidency. This is the consequence of the people who voted for Jill Stein. And if you want to stop it, you have a choice. You can vote. Women didn't vote in 1864, but they vote now.
Didn't have the vote.
I'm gonna leave it alone about the women, because people like this make me be like, man, I don't know, man. I'm starting to think about that 19. No, okay. So anyway, like, okay, she's a Republican, by the way. She's smart enough to know how the country is supposed to work, right? She's smart enough to know that this is not a monarchy. This is a republic, meaning that the states govern themselves. Yet, she wants to say this is Donald Trump who took away your rights. No, he brought it back to the state. Matter of fact, he gave you more rights. He gave you more rights that you could vote on it in a smaller level and make sure you have it the way you want. So you can live in in a state that's governed a way where, hey, baby, you could be, 40 weeks and still do your thing if you want to, right? Like, because so if that's what you want, you could live in a state that does that. But you wouldn't, though. Look, okay, I'm sorry. Look, we are here for the truth. The fact is, a lot of women do this thing about abortion where it's like, I need my rights to have. A lot of the ones screaming like that, they don't plan on having kids, or they've actually stopped being able to have children. Dig this. I have spoken to a bleeding heart liberal about, and when I say bleeding heart liberal, because I have classic lib totally in me for sure. But when I say bleeding heart liberal, one who's like, women's rights and blue hair and green, red, whatever. I have spoken to one about this, and she was going off. She said the same thing, like, Trump is the worst. Look what he did in Roe v. Wade. And woo, 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 woo. And I said, calm down. But I didn't tell her to calm down. First thing you tell somebody to calm down, they're not going to calm down. I said, listen, they actually gave you more power. So now you could be in a state and vote for it exactly how you want it to be in your state. No, we should all be doing the same thing. I'm like, cool. You should all be doing the same thing, right? Okay. When you have it there federally, right there in big government. So you think we should all be doing the same thing because you're looking at it as if we just keep having a Democrat president or some other president who doesn't care about where abortion is at. But what if you got a tyrannical Republican who now, with it being here federally, like taken care of, right? Somehow they found a way to ban it even easier in the big government. I said, you want it back in the state. It's not always about we need to do the same thing. Because when we're all doing the same thing, it's very easy to just shut down that one thing all at once. So you want it at the state. And me, a person, really, I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not one of these people who march. I would never march for abortion rights. That's a fact. I wouldn't march for it. I'm not here to be in people's lives, but I still could break down the argument to tell the person who's worked up, calm down. This is how the country works. And it's actually working for you when they do this. And this lady said, wow, I would vote for you. And I don't mean to tell you all that to gas myself up, right? But sometimes people need things explained to them. It's like all the time, emotion. Oh, I can't. No, just let's everybody calm down. Let's see how the country works. Maybe if we ran the country the way it was actually supposed to be ran, problems, we wouldn't have them.